Richard Arthur McKinna, affectionately known to his friends as Dickie, served as a clearance diver in the Royal Australian Navy. His dedication spanned 12 years of full-time service, including a 7-month deployment during the Vietnam War. Like many of his generation, Dickie grew up in the shadow of war. His stepfather, a World War II veteran, bore the heavy imprint of his own battlefield experiences. These had a profound effect on Dickie's upbringing in country Victoria, presenting emotional and personal challenges that helped define his character and resilience. This is Dickie's story.
Well, it was really hard to begin with, and as a kid you just don't realise what the problem was, and it's only later on when people started discussing this thing called post-traumatic stress. And of course the old man was he's on Perth, Ballarat. He used to hit the turps really hard, and it wasn't just me. I used to get belted a fair bit, but it didn't finish with me. I've seen Mum would smash glasses and that sort of stuff, because he'd just do the goo, and he'd be, blind, rotten drunk, and he'd go to bed and forget all about it. Next morning and wonder why Mum had the shits with him, and that went on for right up until I left home and joined the Navy.
While you were away in Southeast Asia,
yeah,
how did you stay in touch with Lorraine?
Just letter. I've still got them. Still got all the letters, her letters and my letters. Still got them all. It's a bit hard sometimes to I've read them twice since she's been gone. But yeah, just now and again I'll sort of go through them, I think one of my daughter will probably get them.
You mentioned from that point, having a family made it harder to leave. How soon after Trudy's birth did you go again?
I don't think I went to the Far East about 6 or 7 times. It got to the point when I was leaving, I'd leave virtually from home. We'd have a kiss and a cuddle at the front door, and I'd leave, because it's nothing worse than the ship's backing out of Garden Island, and they follow you down the wharf, and they still wave to you, So that was really hard, and I said, look, mate, I can't do that anymore. And she said, I agree, so we did the things we had to do, and, and off we went, got on the bus, went into town, and off I went, It just made it so much easier.
In that time of serving, what did you learn about yourself?
I think, in a way, it was sort of a growing up period. I mean, I know, you hear people say, oh yeah, this is the period that really cemented my train of thought, or whatever it is, you're harder to be surprised with things, whether they be funny or whether they be dangerous. I think that you're more settled within yourself, I think, and you tend to cope much better because you've already been through it. You become less likely to panic about things, and I think sometimes my missus think, this is serious. But now that you've been through whatever you've been through, it tends to be less important. I mean, you to get on and do it, and I think it gives you that feeling within yourself that most things that crop up you can cope with because of what you've already been through. Well, I had a flagpole before. Oh, did you? Yeah, and I've thought about it for some time, I suppose I'm a bit patriotic, that's the bottom line. Got used to the flag and that from when I was in the diving branch, where we used to pull the flag down at Rush Cutter, and from Garden Island we could see what was called the prep flag. And when they dropped the prep flag, it was time to take our flag down. But there was only 2 of us, so the officer, he had to stand there while I blew the whistle, and on the flag, to lower the flag, we had to dive and wait on it. So I would let the flag go, blow the whistle, and he'd salute.